Alright, good evening everybody. This is the Castelli SkillZ and DrillZ ride. I see Seth Hudgens is in there. I will be taking questions for anyone who's viewing and makes comments. I will try to get to him quickly. Got a few people in the pen already.
Hey Ian, just trying to confirm that my push to talk is working. Can you hear me?
Don't want that.
Hey Ian, just trying to confirm that my push to talk is working. Can you hear me?
See comments. Alright, so for anyone who's listening to Discord land, we're going to start here in about 13 minutes. Seth, can you hear me?
Got you, Lima Charlie. Are you there?
Okay, I see you talk, Seth, but for some reason I'm not getting you on my other channel here. Hold on, let me play with that.
Anybody else hear me?
This is Jonathan. I can hear you, Seth.
And I see Jonathan's talking too.
How about now, Coach?
I just had to reboot my Discord, so I got you now.
Testing Ian. This is Jonathan.
Got you, Jonathan. Thanks. All right. So I'm hoping that we're getting some good streaming. We are going to be streaming this live. So we should be seeing in on Facebook Live some people participating, asking some questions. Right now we have one person watching, so that's always nice. Got 11 minutes to go before we start. We're going to be covering bridging today. So when we cover our bridging, we're going to be going over things that we've done before, but it's going to be multiple group bridging. So it's going to be a little change. So Seth, I'll be employing you a little bit for that.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey Ian, kicker question.
Yeah, answer for you.
Does it matter that my only choice is kicker Bluetooth? Hey Ian, kicker question.
Yeah, answer for you. Yeah, well, you should be having.
Does it matter that my only
If you do kicker Bluetooth, it's going to connect to your phone.
Bluetooth?
If you do the
well,
if you're using your Amp Plus, it should be seeing your Amp Plus. If you do kicker Bluetooth, it's going to connect
none
to
of my
your phone.
choices in the pairing
If
screen.
you do
In fact,
the
I've got one choice. Strictly
if
the
you're using your
Bluetooth.
Amp Plus, it should be seeing your Check your Amp Plus dongle to see if it's
None of my
transmitting.
choices in the pairing
If
screen.
you do
In fact, I've got one choice. Strictly the
Bluetooth.
well, it is because I'm getting
Check
cadence
your
from my
Amp Plus
Amp
dongle to
Plus
see
power
if
meter.
it's transmitting. Huh. Okay, well that's a good one. Try and unplug the kicker and plug it back in. That generally works. Okay, well that's a good one. Try and unplug the kicker and plug it back in. Mitch, thanks for checking in with us. Okay, well, that's a... All right, so as we're going to talk today about the bridging, what we're going to be doing. The bridging that we've done in the past was simply bridging from one group in the back to the front group. What we're going to be doing. What we're going to do today is bridge multiple groups. That we've done in the past was simply that's where I said Seth is going to be a big use for me, and he's going to be one of our groups that we bridge to. So the idea is that in some of these races that we do, especially when you go over the S's, or if you're in real life in small punchy climbs, a series of them, or you go through crosswinds, some of these races that the groups kind of get strung out. So you'll have one spread across the road, you go down downhill, and then as you come back together, small groups kind of get strung out. Well, if you miss the move, as if you watch Perry and East the last couple of race stages, you'll see the crosswinds were just horrific. And when they came out of the crosswinds, you guys had to try and get back to the other groups. So what we're going to try and do, a similar kind of concept. Like I said, you go through the S's, small groups, you guys have to form back up, and you want to get back up to that front group. How do we do it? Similar kind of concept. We're going to cover the two main ways that it happens. One is when small gaps open, and that's where you call what we call just going through. One is when riding across, and when we ride across, you simply will just use each group you come to as a slingshot. So for triathletes, this is basically how you can just pass groups of people back and forth, as they come up. There's lots of people. So for triathletes, this is basically how in cycling, it's just getting from one group to the next, to the next, to the next, as they come up. That's the crux of what we're going to be doing with the riding across. Again, this is when there's very small gaps, and you're talking like 5-10 seconds between these groups, and maybe the groups just start closing on their own. Again, the second method we'll use is the bridge, recover, repeat. And you do that as many times as it takes. That's usually going to be after longer sections of crosswind or a series of these punchy climbs that creates these 30-second, 40-second gaps. After longer sections of crosswind, that's when you're going to have to use that method. And that's simply going to be you bridge from one group to the other. As soon as you catch on, you get in the middle, you recover really quick, and then you go again. So you don't want to sit there for more than a minute or two, 3 at the most. Get in the middle, but you got to get a quick recovery, and then you bridge across to the next one. Now we're not going to sit on for minutes at a time. We're going to do 1 minute between, and Seth and I will serve as the separate groups. I'll usually be the intermediate group. And so Seth will bridge from me, or the group to me, and then me up to the front, and then everyone will follow suit after that. So I'm going to type up this as we go in the comment section here, but you guys are going to get much more commentary and much more of the instruction via Discord. In the comment section here, but you guys are going to get much more commentary and much more. Anybody have any questions about the basics of what we're doing today? In the comment section here, but you guys are going to get much more commentary and much more. Anybody have any questions about the basics of what we're doing today?
Sounds good.
Might be a good idea to mention that my last name is Hudgens.
Anybody have any
You probably won't.
Yes. Yeah, it will be Hudgens.
Sounds good.
Might be a good idea to mention that my last name is Hudgens. You probably won't.
Yes. Yeah, it will be Hudgens.
Sounds good.
Might be a good idea to mention that my last
And for those of you who are U.S. based, you get a chance to win a piece of Castelli gear or swag by completing today's ride. For those of you who are U.S. based, you get a chance to win a piece of Castelli gear or swag by completing today's ride. For those of you who are U.S. based, you get a chance to win a piece of Castelli gear or swag by completing today's ride. For those of you who are U.S. based, you get a chance to win a piece of Castelli gear or swag by completing today's ride. Yay, Deirdre can hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fantastic. Yay, Deirdre can hear me now.
Yeah, I can.
All right, Frank's with us too. Fantastic. Yay, Deirdre can hear me now. All right, us too.
Fantastic.
Hey, Deirdre can hear me now. All right, Frank's with us too.
Fantastic.
Hey, Deirdre can hear me now. All right, Frank's with us too.
Fantastic.
Deirdre, I cannot hear you, but if you probably go into the settings and set yourself as push to talk, we'll probably be able to hear you. Deirdre, I cannot hear you, but if you probably go into the settings and set yourself as push to talk, we'll probably be able to hear you. Deirdre, I cannot hear you, but if you
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep, we got you good.
yourself as push to talk, we'll probably be able to hear you. Deirdre, I cannot hear you, but if you
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep, we got you good. All right, Rob Elwood's with us today.
Yep,
Nice
we
to
got
see
you
you. We got 3 more minutes before we start. All right, Rob Elwood's with us today. Nice to see you. All right, we're starting to pick up
before we start.
participants. We're up to 26 right now.
Rob Elwood's with us today. Nice to see you.
All right, we're starting to pick up
before we start.
participants. We're up to 26
Yeah, we got you.
right now.
Rob Elwood's with us today. Nice to see you.
All right, we're starting to pick up
Before we start.
participants. We're up to 26
Yeah, we got you.
right now.
Hey, no worries. You gotta go to work.
Yeah, we got you.
11:30 in the UK.
Hey,
Oh,
no
wow.
worries. You gotta go to
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
got
go to
you.
work.
No worries, mate.
You stay how long you can.
Yeah, we got you.
And after today's coffee ride,
Hey,
Oh,
no
wow.
worries. You gotta go to
Yeah,
work.
I got you.
No worries, mate.
I hear you.
Stay
Sound
how
like
long
you guys
you
are
can.
working pretty hard.
and after today's coffee ride,
Hey,
Oh,
no
wow.
worries. You gotta go to work.
Yeah.
I got you. No worries, mate.
I hear you.
Stay
Sound
how
like
long
you guys
you
are
can.
working pretty hard.
Hey, no
Oh, wow.
worries. You gotta go to work. I got you. No worries, mate.
I hear you. Sound like you guys are working pretty hard. I hear you. Sound like you guys are working pretty hard. I hear you. Sound like you guys are working pretty hard. Alright, apologize for being quiet. I'm just typing up for everybody else. Those of you who are watching live, I'll get more into it as we get going. I'm trying to make sure everyone's tracking what we're doing. Typing up for everybody else. Those of you who are watching live, I'll get more into it as we get going. I'm trying to make sure everyone's tracking what we're doing. For everybody else. Those of you who are watching live, I'll get more. I really need a scribe. I'm trying to make sure everyone's tracking what we're doing. All right, I got 20 seconds left. Remember, we're going to be starting at 1.5. Scribe. All right, I got 20 seconds left. Remember, we're going to be starting at 1.5. Scribe. And I want you guys to move around back and forth in the group. With the idea being that you practice working on your position. Here we go. To move around back and practice working on your position. So with the idea, we don't want to bust out of the gate. Practice working on your position. Here we go. To move around back and practice working on your position. Try and stay right around me if you can. Bust out of the gate. Practice working on your position. Here we go. Practice working on your position. Try and stay right around me if you can. Bust out of the gate. Practice working on your position. Here we go. Practice working on your position. Try and stay right around me if you can. Bust out of the gate. Practice working on your position. All right, so if you're up front, just try and keep yourself under control. I'm not going to chase anybody today. All right, so The big goal for today is just moving around
under control.
until we get into the bridging. Once we get into the bridging, well, then that's when it's going to be a little more interesting.
Big goal for today.
Don, thanks to the right on.
Until we get into the
As we
bridging.
get going with the bridging, all of our bridging is going to be done at roughly
that's when it's gonna be a little
3.0,
more interesting.
2.5 to 3.
Don, thanks to
So
the right
Seth
on.
and I, once we're in our positions,
As we get
we're
going
going to
with
be
the bridging,
riding
all of our bridging is going to be done
at a 1.5 to a 2.
2.5 to 3.
Okay, so we'll bridge
So
up.
Seth and I, once we're in our
Then you guys will
positions,
bridge up after
We're
that.
going to be riding. All of our bridging is going to be done
And we're going to ride that 1.5 to 2.
2.5 to 3.
Go ahead.
So we'll bridge up. Seth and I, once we're in our
Then you guys will bridge up after
We're
that.
going to be riding. All of our bridging is going to be done
And we're going to ride that 1.5 to 2.
2.5 to 3.
Go ahead. Yeah, the idea is not to leave everyone around or leave anyone in the off the back. So the people who are bridging up to Seth, once they hit Seth, Hudgens, that's when we're gonna. You're just gonna sit on him at that point.
So the people who are
So a few minutes of warm up here.
Seth,
Like I said, move
We're
around.
gonna
You're just gonna move around the bunch.
So the people who are
So a few minutes of warm up here.
You
You should be doing volcano, I
around.
believe, today.
move
Around the bunch the whole time, so it'll be good. You should be doing volcano. Should not be too many big up and down, except for right here. The whole time, so it'll be good. Should not be too many big up and down, except for right here. Okay. It looks like we got a couple people that are up off the front a little bit. Hey, if you're up there, go ahead and ease it off. Okay. It looks like we got a couple people that are up off the front a little bit. Hey, if you're up there, go ahead and ease it off. Okay. It looks like we got a couple people that are up off the front a little bit. Hey, if you're up there, go ahead and ease it off. Okay. It looks like we got a couple people that are up off the front a little bit. Hey, if you're up there, go ahead and ease it off. Okay. It looks like we got a couple people that are up off the front a little bit. All right. Like I said, we got a couple minutes here. We've been going for 3 minutes. If you're behind me right now, which is most people, all right, go ahead and try and make your way up to me, and then drift back. Just come up to me and drift back. If you're behind me right now, which is most people, all right, go ahead and try and make your way up to me, and then drift back. Just come up to me and drift back. If you're behind me right now, which is most people, all right, go ahead and try and make your way up to me, and then drift back. Come up to me and drift back. I know. That's why we do this, so we can practice it. Go ahead and try and make your way up to me. Yeah, and this is honestly the hardest thing about Zwift. And honestly, it's a tougher thing in real life riding too in a group. But yeah, you have more, it seems you have more control and you can soft pedal a little bit better when you're out on the road. So one of the things you have to practice in Zwift is really just maintaining your position. Because if you don't maintain your position, you're constantly shooting forward and back, shooting forward and back. Maintain your position. Because if you don't maintain your position, you're constantly shooting forward and back, shooting. So what you really actually want to pay attention to is using the number 3 view from your rider. And so that gives you a better feel for where you are in relation to other riders in the course. View from your rider. I think Deirdre said she went on another path. Seems like a couple people might have got sent on a different route. So when I'm riding in races, I use the sight or the view from my avatar's eyes, and that's the easiest way. So if you're watching the stream right now, you see it's the easiest way to really tell where you are in relation to other riders. From my avatar's eyes, and that's the easiest way. So if you're watching the stream right now, you see it's the easiest way to really tell where you are in relation to other riders. From my avatar's eyes, and that's the easiest way. So if you're watching the stream right now, you see it's the easiest way to really tell where you are in relation to other riders. From my avatar's eyes, and that's the easiest way. So if you're watching the stream right now, you see it's the easiest way to really tell where you are in relation to other riders.
Ian, I find 1 and 2 helpful because it allows you to see the riders that are just behind you as well.
Yeah, I like 1 and 2 when I'm doing just group rides, but for racing, I mean, I can see where they are more or less by the little
I like 1 and 2
things on the bottom of the screen that tell me how many meters they are. But for racing, I mean, I can watch the watts per kilogram to really see by the little, as they're coming up on me. Things on the bottom of the screen. But I'm really more focused if I'm trying to sit on wheels. And I can watch the watts per kilogram. I'm much more focused on seeing how far in front I am to avoid overshooting my target. If I'm trying to sit on wheels. And I can watch the watts per kilogram. I'm much more focused on seeing how far in front I am to avoid overshooting my target. If I'm trying to sit on wheels. And I can watch the watts. I'm much more focused. Deirdre, I'm not really sure how to get back on other than logging out, logging in, and doing the ride with option, and then ride with me. Deirdre, I'm not really sure. All right, we got about 3 or 4 more minutes of here, and then we're gonna get into the class. And doing the ride with option. And then ride with me. Watch how strung out we are. All right, we got so when you look at our overhead shots of here, and then we're gonna get into the class. We are pretty strung out. So let's back it off at the front a little bit. Let's knock it down to a 1.2. Overhead shot. We are pretty strung out. So let's back it off at the front a little bit. Let's knock it down to a 1.2. We are pretty strung out. So actually what you're seeing now, when we just did those slight rollers, that's exactly what we're talking about today, about how those small little punchy climbs can break up the group enough that all of a sudden you have to bridge from group to group. That's exactly what we're talking about today. We're pretty much doing that right now at a much easier pace. Can break up the group enough that all of a sudden you have to bridge from group to group. That's exactly what we're talking about today. We're pretty much doing that right now at a much easier pace. Can break up the group enough that all of a sudden you have to bridge from group to group. So we're pretty much doing that right now at a much easier pace. Can break up the group enough that all of a sudden you have to bridge from group to group. So we're pretty much doing that right now at a much easier pace. Can break up the group enough that all of a sudden you have to bridge from group to group. So we're pretty much doing that right now at a much easier pace.
I just got spit the volcano.
They just kicked you off our course?
Yeah, stand by. I just got spit the volcano.
It's done that a couple times. Did that to me this morning. They just kicked you off our course? All right, well, we're going to have to
yeah, stand by.
change that then. It's done that a couple times. Did that to me this morning. They just kicked you off our course? All right, well, we're going to have to
yeah, stand by.
change that then. It's done that a couple times. Did that to me this morning. They just kicked you off our course? All right, well, we're going to have to change that then. It's done that a couple
And
times.
it won't let me turn around.
Yeah, I know. You have to quit the event, exit,
All
come
right,
back in.
All right, I'll try to find it.
Yeah.
And it won't let me turn around.
Yeah, I know.
That
You have
happened
to
to me
quit
the
the
other
event,
day. Did some of that
exit,
was
come back
on
in.
my internet?
All right, I'll try to find it.
Yeah.
And it won't let me turn around.
Yeah, I know.
That
You have
happened
to
to me
quit
the
the
other
event,
day. Did some of that
exit,
was
come
on
back
my
in.
All right, I'll try to find it.
Yeah.
And it won't let me turn around.
Yeah, I know.
That
You have
happened
to
to me
quit
the
the
other
event,
day.
exit, come back in. For those watching online, I just accidentally pressed a couple bad keys, but I'm catching back on. For those watching online, I just accidentally pressed a couple bad keys, but I'm catching back on. For those watching online, I just accidentally pressed a couple bad keys, but all right, so once we get going, what we're gonna end up doing is I'll move up, you'll bridge to me, and then you'll go across for 30 seconds, and we'll link back up that way. Once we get going, what we're gonna end up doing is after that 30 seconds, I'll move up, you'll bridge to me, it'll ease back to 1.2, and it'll recover. If you're not on the lead group, you'll just continue to bridge till you make that lead group. After that 30 seconds, it'll ease back to 1.2 and it'll recover. If you're not on the lead group, you'll just continue to bridge till you make that lead group. So bridging is actually just crossing the gap from one group to the other. So if you look at groups as land masses, you know, that dead space in between is your river or your valley, and you crossing over is the bridge. So if you look at groups as land masses, you know, that dead space in between is your river or your valley, and you crossing over is the bridge. So if you look at groups as land masses, you know, that dead space in between is your river or your valley, and you crossing over is the bridge. All right, so it's 10 minutes. I'm going to actually move up across the front. Those of you who are in the back, when I say go, I want you to practice bridging all the way across all of the groups that are in front of you. They're all small gaps. Until you get to me. When I say go, just until you get to me. Bridging all the way across all of the groups that are in front of you. They're all small gaps. Until you get to me. When I say go, just until you get to me. Bridging all the way across all of the groups that are in front of you. They're all small gaps. until you get to me. Just until you get to me. Yeah, looks like I just had a nice internet issue myself. Sorry for those watching live. All right, I'm going to make my way up to Grace. All right, I'm going to make my way up to Grace.
So guys, remember we're holding.
All right, I'm going to make my way up to Grace.
So guys, remember we're
All
holding.
right, I'm going to make my way up to Grace.
So guys, remember we're
All
holding.
right, I'm going to make my way up to Grace.
So guys,
All right, so if you're in the far back, start your bridge. So you want to lift to a 2.5 to a 3.0. And you want to just keep that pace
the far back,
as you come through. Then you're going to come up to me. You want to lift the pace just a touch as you come onto a group.
Keep that pace,
And then you settle back down as you clear the group. Then you're going to come up to me. You want to lift the pace just a touch as you come onto a group. And then you settle back down as you clear the group. Then you're going to come up to me. You want to lift the pace just a touch as you come onto a group. And then you settle back down as you clear the group. Then you're going to come up to me. All right, so Frank, your group, bridge to me. And then you settle back down as you clear the group. Not yet, you guys, Jonathan. All right, so you guys hold where you're at. Bridge to me. Oh, you guys are on me already, so. Not yet, you guys, Jonathan. Once you pass me, ease into a nice little 1.5 to 1.2. Oh, you guys are on me already, so. Not yet, you guys, Jonathan. Once you pass me, ease into a nice little 1.5 to 1.2. Oh, you guys are on me already, so. Very good, Frank. Nice. All right, we got S-Miz, your group. Cameron, let's make the bridge. Very good, Frank. Nice. All right, we got S-Miz, your group. Cameron, good, D Green. Make the bridge. Good, Frank. Nice. All right, we got S-Miz, your group. Cameron, good, D Green. Make the bridge. Good, Frank. Nice. All right, we got S-Miz, your group. Good. D Green. Make the bridge. Good, Frank. Nice. All right, we got a good little group that got back up together. Good. Looks good. Shot of that there. All right, we got a good. Let's try to back up together. Good. Looks good. Ease up a little bit. We're gonna let some other people who are still off the back catch back on. Let's try to back up together. Good. Looks good. Ease up a little bit. We're gonna let some other people who are still off the back. If Cameron's on Discord, we're gonna give Cameron some encouragement. If not, I'm gonna definitely give a thumbs up. We're gonna let some other people who are still off the back. If Cameron's on Discord, we're gonna give Cameron some encouragement. If not, I'm gonna definitely give a thumbs up. Looking good. Looking good. That's what I like to see. Cameron's coming at us to 5'8". Woo-wee! Closing down that gap. Got about a 6-second gap. Really landed out there. Now Horniak, come on. Woo-wee! Closing down that gap. Got about a 6-second gap. Really landed out there. Now Horniak, come on. Woo-wee! Closing down that gap. Got about a 6-second gap. Really landed out there. Now Horniak, come on. All right. You got pretty much everybody together right now. Good work. That's real good work, everybody. All right. You got pretty much everybody together right now. Good work. That's real good work, everybody. All right. You got pretty much everybody
Hey, what route do you
together
have
right
selected?
now. We're on the volcano route.
Hey, what route do you have selected?
Yeah, we're on flat.
Sorry, we're flat reverse. Excuse me. My bad.
Hey, what route do you have selected?
Yeah, we're on flat.
Oh, sorry, we're all right, Jonathan. I'm gonna have you be the first bridger to me after I go.
Yeah, we're on flat.
Sorry, we're all right, Jonathan. I'm gonna have you be the first bridger to me after I go. So once you get past me, I want you to go for about another 30 seconds hard, and then sit up to a 1.5 to a 1.2. So once you get past
In front
me,
of you, right?
I want you to I'll go first, then you'll go hard, and then the rest of them will follow after that. So once you get past
In front
me,
of you, right?
I want you to I'll go first, then you'll go, and then the rest of them will follow after that. So once you get past me, I want you to I'll go first, then you'll go, and then all right. So I'm gonna go. I'll tell you when I'm set, so you can go. All right, so I'm gonna go. I'll tell you when I'm set, so you can go. All right, so I'm gonna go. I'll tell you when I'm set, so you can go. Hold on, I'm just getting a little gap here, so we can make this a little more realistic. Okay, if you can go.
Okay, I'm moving up now.
Hold on, I'm just getting a little gap here, so we can make this a little more realistic. Thanks, Jonathan. You can go.
Okay, I'm moving up now.
Hold on, I'm just getting a little gap here so we can make this a little more realistic. Thanks, Jonathan. You can go.
Okay, I'm moving up now.
Hold on, I'm just getting a little gap here so we can make this a little more realistic. Thanks, Jonathan. You can go. Thanks, Jonathan. You can go. Had a couple who were trying to go with you. Good, keep going. Had a couple who were trying to go with right around me. Good. So just like that is actually how you want to do it. Come in, good, keep going. You hit the gas through it, use that draft slipstream. Shoot right around and then good. So just like that is actually how you want to do it. Give you another. Come in, keep going. You hit the gas through it, use that draft slipstream. Another 10 seconds or 15 seconds. So just like that is actually how you want to do it. Give you another. Come in, keep going. You hit the gas through it, use that draft slipstream. Another 10 seconds or 15 seconds. So just go from there. That's actually how you want to do it. Give you another. You hit the gas through it, use that draft slipstream. Another 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Just go from there. Give you another. Okay, good. Those of you who are back, go ahead and go. 2.5 to 3.0 because we're going beneath that. We're going less than that. Okay, good. Those of you who are back, go ahead and go. So shooting Kikizaro. Go ahead and bridge up to O'Keefe. Beneath that. We're going less than that. Okay, good. Those of you who are back,
Right
go ahead
turn
and go.
coming
So
up here in
shooting
case anybody
Kikizaro.
forces wrong.
Go ahead and bridge up to O'Keefe. Beneath that. We're going less than that. Okay, good. Those of you who are back,
Right
go ahead
turn
and go.
coming
So
up here in
shooting
case anybody
Kikizaro.
forces wrong.
Go ahead and bridge up to O'Keefe. We're going less than that. Good. That's awesome. That's what I like to see. We got some good pushes right there. Good. Deirdre's back on. Good. That's awesome. All right, Kikizaro, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Pushes right there. Good. Deirdre's back on. Good. That's awesome. All right, Kikizaro, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Pushes right there. Good. Deirdre's back on. Good. All right, Kikizaro, keep pushing, keep pushing. Pushes right there, good. Deirdre's back on. All right, Dolap, looking good. Let's go. Remember, don't pass O'Keefe. All right, Dolap, looking good. Let's go. Remember, don't pass O'Keefe. All right, Dolap, looking good. Let's go. Remember, don't pass O'Keefe. All right, we're with Dolop here, S. Dolop. It's looking good. He's 5 seconds behind me. All right, we're with Dolop here, S. Dolop. So the longer it takes for him to catch me, the longer it's going to be a bridge for him, but I'm going to help him out. All right, we're with Dolop here, S. Dolop. So the longer it takes for him to catch me, the longer it's going to be a bridge for him, but I'm going to help him out. So the longer it takes for him to catch me, the longer it's going to be a bridge for him. But I'm going to help him out. All right, I got my 10 seconds of closing the gap on the rest of you guys. Everybody's looking good. That was a really good job for the bridging. Bobbier, got to come with me. All right, I got my 10 seconds of closing the gap on the rest of you guys. Everybody's looking good. That was a really good job for the bridging. Bobbier, got to come with me. Hope I pronounced that right. All right, I got my 10 seconds of closing the gap on the rest of you guys. So keep it up at 1.2 to 1.5 at the front. Hope I pronounced that right. So keep it up at 1.2 to 1.5 at the front. All right, very nice. We're catching on. Pronounced that right. You so good. 1.2 to 1.5 at the front. All right, very nice. We're catching on. Good. You so good. Very nice. Melon, good. All right, moving my way up to close this down. Woo! Rain makes it. Can't see anybody. Melon, good. All right, moving my way up to close this down.
Follow your wheel.
Woo. Rain makes it. Yeah, because I'm gonna slow at the top, at the front here. So just trying to bring the group together. Moving my way up to close this down. All right, Seth, we got you right there. Good. Rain makes it. Yeah, because I'm gonna slow at the top, at the front here. All right, good. So bring the group together. That was a good. Another good job. All right, Seth, we got you right there. Good. Like I said, that usually happens when we have these shorter gaps that are created. So as you're in these races, things are going to get split up as you go through the S's, as you come in and out of the tunnel like that, where you have really short, punchy little climbs. So it's real important that you're paying attention. And if you're at the back when that happens, you take your immediate action to bridge across one group, bridge across that second group, bridge across that third group to get on the leaders before the gap's too big. What we're going to cover now is when the gap gets bigger. Okay, so it's going to be a couple groups that we're going to have to bridge, and it's going to be bridge, recover, bridge, recover. So, when the gap Seth, I'm going to use you as my bar man. Couple groups that we're going to have to bridge. It's going to be bridge, recover, and then bridge, recover. So, what's going to happen is, Jonathan, if you don't mind participating again as a guinea pig or as a tool, I'm gonna have you bridge first. Correction, I'll bridge first. You'll bridge to me and sit on for a minute. And Seth, you'll come. You're gonna wait. When his minute's up, you'll go, and then you'll bridge again for about 30 seconds to a minute up the road. Jonathan, then Seth, you'll bridge to me. Wait a minute. Bridge to Jonathan. Wait a minute, and then go again. Does that make sense? 30 seconds to a minute up the road. Jonathan, then Seth, you'll bridge to me. Wait a minute. Bridge to Jonathan. Wait a minute.
The rest of us gonna hang back until those guys are
Make
ready.
sense? Yeah, we're gonna start here pretty early. Yep. Seth, you'll bridge to me. Wait a minute. Bridge to Jonathan. Wait a minute.
The rest of us gonna hang back until those guys are
Make
ready.
sense? Yeah, we're gonna start here pretty early. Yep.
The rest of us gonna hang back until those guys are ready.
Yeah, we're gonna start here pretty early. Yeah, we're gonna start here pretty early. All right, so I'm gonna go off the front now. All right, so I'm gonna go off the front now. All right, Gorgos needs you to slow down, buddy. All right, so I'm gonna go off the front now. All right, I'm gonna break this one real quick. All right, Gorgos needs you to slow down, buddy. On a sticky wheel. Break this one real quick. Hold on, Jonathan. You don't have to go yet. You don't have to go yet. I'm getting this little gap. I'm gonna break this one real quick. Hold on, Jonathan. You don't have to go yet. You don't have to go yet. Just trying to build a gap quickly. Little gap. Hold on, Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan, you can go. You don't have to go yet. Just trying to build a gap quickly. Little gap. Okay, Jonathan, you can go. You don't have to go yet. Just trying to build a gap quickly. Everyone else at 1.2, unless your name's O'Keefe. Everyone else at 1.2, unless your name's O'Keefe. Got the heart rate up there for a second. Everyone else at 1.2, unless your name's O'Keefe. Got the heart rate up there for a second. Everyone else at 1.2, unless your name's O'Keefe. All right, you're on me for a minute. Jonathan, with me for a minute.
Overshot.
That's okay. All right, you're on me for a minute. Jonathan, with me for a minute. Dang it, Jones, 1.2. That's okay. All right, you're on me for a minute. Jonathan, with me for a minute. Dang it, Jones, 1.2. That's okay. All right, you're on me for a minute. Jonathan, 1.2, Grace, 1.2. All right, go ahead, Jonathan, go. Seth, come to me. 1.2.
On my way.
1.2, Grace, 1.2.
Do you have a live?
All right, go ahead, Jonathan, go.
Open?
Seth, come to me.
A repeat of your audio. You might have like a live window open that's playing your audio back.
Okay, thanks.
Do you have a live?
All right, go ahead, Jonathan, go.
Open?
Seth, come to me.
A repeat.
Yep, got it. Thank you.
No worries, thanks.
That should be better. All right, everyone else still at 1.2. All right. There you go. I got you, Seth. Get on me for. You're gonna get a short rest, about 30 seconds, Seth. And then you're going to go to O'Keefe. Once you're at O'Keefe, and O'Keefe, go ahead and slow to a 2.0. All right, so everyone else can go at 3.0, not a 6.0. Remember, we're trying to just practice staying in a steady state effort. Okay? We're not working on just blowing your legs off right away. Go ahead, Seth. Go ahead and put on a 3.5 or so to get to O'Keefe, just because I need you in place. Sit on O'Keefe for 30 seconds, and then put on another surge. Deirdre, I see you there. Let's give Seth some time to set up before you make your bridge. Try not to blow yourselves up. All right, remember, you get to me, you ease up. You got to take your minute, and then you can bridge to Jonathan O'Keefe, and then you'll take your minute, then you'll bridge to Seth Hudgens. So while we're out here, we get to look at all the cool Castelli kits. This week we're in the gray again. If you look at us from just overhead, you can see that nice Castelli shot. And like I said, Castelli is giving away free swag to US-based riders who are doing this ride. So one lucky rider. Deirdre actually won last month, so I do know they actually give to people that are out there, not just fake names. All right, go ahead and make your bridge if you're already on me for a minute. All right, keep going. Keep that bridge to O'Keefe going. I'm going to sit here until everyone's past me, then I'll help with the bridge forward to O'Keefe and Hudgens. Remember, once you get on Hudgens, or O'Keefe, wait another minute. All right, Sap, come on to me. Looking good, green. All right, unfortunately, I can't see anything. All right, good, green. Very nice spot to be. Take your minute. So now when you actually are doing this in a real race, understand that you're going to be pushing near your limits to cross these groups. So that's why we're doing this recover. When you do these long, if you're trying to bridge a 20 or 30 second gap at, above your FTP, you need that time to recover. So it's a little canned right now because obviously we're going slower, but it's the practice of how to do it. And if you understand how to execute the tactic, you can do it when you get to the higher wattage. You just need to be able to understand your brain. You can't do 105% for too long or else you burn too many matches. All right, shoot, go. Make your bridge. I'm waiting on Sap. Once Sap gets to me, we'll do his minute recovery and then we'll go. All right, Balin, stay with me. All right, so again, let's do your bridging. Let's cross that gap and then get your recovery. So Hudgens, hope you should have quite a few at the front already with you. Let's keep it at a 1.2.
Yeah, they're starting to pass me. I'm backing off to 1.2.
The horny Hudgens is still in front of you. He doesn't show up on the ride list, though.
Right.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, I'm now behind O'Keefe.
Okay, good. So once you take your little brief rest, then move on to Hudgens.
All right, I'm in the ODZ kit.
All right, we're bringing up the rear with Balin Roberval. Shoot, come on. Need you to bring up a little more than that 2.0. Remember, we trying to bridge right now at 3. So, Jonathan, I don't want you to go yet until I get to you because there's people in between us.
Yep, I'm just sitting here at 2.0, Ian. I've got a bunch of people in front of me now.
Yeah, we got you. You're 40 seconds ahead of us.
Yeah, we're all joined up at the front here.
Good. I got a few in the back here that we're going to cruise in. They look like they actually have some strength, though, so we should be okay. We're going to be picking up folks as we go.
Hey, no Horniak, if you're looking for me, I'm behind you. About 8 seconds. Might be better to use somebody in the group next time, Ian.
Yeah, well, I just figured the ODZ kit would give it away, but that's all right. That's all right. As we go through the next lap of this, it's actually going to work itself out because we're going to hold a 2 to a 2.5 as we go around, and the hills are going to separate the group. And then those in the back will bridge to the front, and so forth. And then the next time, we'll keep trying to rotate where people are. All right, we are 25 seconds from you, Jonathan.
Where are you, Seth?
I'm about to turn on the ocean, I think. Coming up to the hotel.
All right, looking good. I got Sap with me. We're closing out on Rob. Jump on the wheels we go by with Cameron.
Legend is at the start and finish line.
Yeah.
Are we trying to reach the group all the way to the left from the gradient map?
We are trying to get the group back together. So no, the group on the gradient map doesn't necessarily show just everyone who's in your group.
Okay.
So we've got one group that's 8 seconds ahead of me. I'm with the group. Then we have about another 15 to 20 second bridge up to the next group. So that's where we are. Jonathan, we're 4 seconds behind you, coming up fast. Rob, coming up on you right now. Man, this is a lot harder skills and drills than I'm used to doing.
This is fun.
All right, Rob, come on. Jonathan, let's go. So if you're looking at what's going on and you just look around, these small climbs are already spreading the groups back out. So fortunately for us, we don't have to worry too much about resetting and creating gaps. We're going to create our own gaps and then bridge from the back again.
Here's where it goes straight, not right. Too late.
Turn around, Deirdre. All right, Frank, come on, everybody on me. We're going to close down the front group here. Front group guys are up with Gallagher. I believe he's the front.
I'm gonna use the pace just to get with you guys.
Yeah, I'm slowing him. Just trying to slow him down.
There you go.
All right, we are back together. It was a long bridge, but it's the way it works sometimes. All right, well done. Well done, folks. That's That's what happens when you get these longer gap or bigger gaps, you know. So imagine doing that, having to hold what you did at that 105% FTP or 110% FTP to try and go down, cover down. It's not a whole lot of fun. All right, so it's going to be pretty simple after we recover here. When we get through those, once we get everyone back together with us, we're going to start some bridging again. So right now, if you look at it, we have a 15 second gap to Ms. And we have a few others in the back, but I think they're a little too far today. Balin, I don't know if you're going to be able to cover that. Don't worry, just try and pay attention if you can. On our next set of hills, we're going to get strung out. If you're off the front, I just ask you to hold 2.0. If you're on the back, cross the gaps to the group in front of you and bridge up to the people up front. You'll know they're up front because you'll hit their person and you'll see nobody else in front of them. Okay, so we're going to try and bridge from group to group, and we're setting ourselves up perfectly for it right now. So let me type it up and then we'll get going. All right, so I'm at the very back of the group. Rob just caught me, so he's with me. Dollop, you gotta bridge up to me if you can, and Ms. I'm at the back, so I'll be covering up, bringing up anyone who can. Now you're gonna start seeing some gaps open up front. So we already have a 1 second gap, a 3 or 4 second gap back from Grace to Frank. So Frank, go ahead and try and bridge that gap up to the very front, the Gallagher. And Jonathan, you too, you got 5 seconds behind them, so bridge and cross that. So you can see that space between you right there. We want to try and close that down. That's nice. It's actually a really good shot of you guys too. All right, good job. You don't have to go 5.6. They should be holding around 2s. You can ride at 3.0. You don't have to worry about that. All right, I got JK's up front. I'm going to bridge now to JK and Ms. So I did a small acceleration just to get some momentum. And now I'm going to hold, mid 3s for me. And I'm going to bridge that 7 second gap to that group. And when I catch on to Ms., Dollop, and JK, and B Dork, we're going to move up to the next group. So there's no real reason that I have to hammer all out. It's only a 2 second gap. I can pick that off. See? 3.0. I did my bridge and now I'm on. Okay, Gorgos. Bridge to the next group. How you guys doing up at the front?
We're doing good. We've got about 10 riders up here.
Good, and as it separates again from terrain, bridge again. Let a little gap open up and then bridge again. Good, all right, so I got Zaro and B-Dork and crew. Good. So right now, if you're looking at the back, you'll see that we have small groups trying to catch up. Let me see what we got here. All right, good. All right, so there's a small gap right there, Dollop, between Rob and the Jonathan group. Let's close that gap down. Then you guys are all together at the front. That looks good. Millingworth, need you to close that gap. There you go, Millingworth. Good job. All right, so you guys did a good job. You're not letting the gaps open up, which is really important. And when they do, you guys are closing up. Come on, Deirdre, you stay with me. You guys are closing those gaps nicely by bridging across. So Deirdre, we're gonna do a nice long bridge here to catch on to the group. We got 10 seconds to take that back. We have 13 seconds to close to them. We got Kikizaro in front of us. All you gotta do is practice what you did this weekend and stay on my wheel. We got it. 12 more minutes left of the ride. So again, terrain is gonna split you up as you come out of the flats. When it opens up, let's just bridge again. Nice, Seth. You're looking good. Man, you guys tightened up nicely. Millingworth, great job. No Horniak. Got a little space to cover. Good job, Deirdre. Way to stay on. Make sure you're drinking water, everybody. All right, Frank, you're with us now. Come on, Deirdre. No falling off. Frank, stay with me. 1.5 at the front. Good, Frank. Way to come up and then slide back. Good push, JK. All right, we got a little hill again. We're seeing the splits happen. We got a little gap. Jonathan and Dollop, you got to close that. All right, very nice, Smith. I appreciate the nice slow pace. We are coming along to you. Got Frank, Deirdre with me. All right, we brought it down to 14 seconds. We do need to close a little bit faster. So keep it nice and tight, Deirdre and Frank. I'm going to lift the pace just a touch. We've got this other guy in front of us. He's kind enough to provide a pull in his workout. See his heart's going. All right, we are 6 seconds from the dollop green group. All right, got 7 seconds to the leaders. Dollop, you're with us. We got a nice little tow truck here. All right, thanks to the 12 riders who are watching it. All right, we can bring the group right back together. Deirdre, great job. Folks at the front, great job of holding it together tightly. Great work, everybody. I really liked how you guys never let the gaps get really big. So when you did your bridging efforts, they were nice and short. You know, those 2 or 3 second gaps are fairly easy to cover, relatively speaking, compared to a 30 or 40 second gap. So I want a quick review what we did today, and if you have any questions, this is the perfect time to ask. So today we covered the 2 real types of bridging that we have to deal with in a race or even just a group ride event like a Gran Fondo or anything like that. The key to that is watching how the gaps are going, how the gaps are growing, and what you have to do to cover that. So if you hit these small punchy climbs, 1 or 2 or small sections of crosswind, you're going to see gaps open up. And those 1 to 2 second or 5 second or 10 second gaps, you can come across those and go straight to the next group. Especially if you're looking in the realm of 5 second gaps, it's fantastic. You can pull onto the group, get into their slipstream, and right around them, and carry on to the next group. Accelerate through that slipstream just a little bit, not much, just a little, and then you ease back into your effort as you get away from them. And you just keep doing that until you're at the front or you just can't go anymore. Ideally, you're at the front. That second version that we did was when you either have longer sections of crosswinds, rolly terrain, a series of punchy climbs, where the gaps start to get to 30 seconds, 40 seconds. You just can't cross 1 or 2 minute gaps on that one burst. It's just too much. So you bridge to a group, you sit on them, you recover, then you bridge to the next group. You get your air back and your legs back, take a drink of water, and you go again. If you're strong enough to do that, if that group you're with is maintaining the gap, then you're good. If the group's not maintaining the gap, your rest has to be shorter. Does anybody have any questions about that?
No, it's great. Thanks.
Awesome ride.
Thank you.
Good info, Ian. Cheers.
Oh, glad you were able to make it, Rob.
It was much better than cats. I want to do it again and again.
All right, go ahead and spin those legs out. You know, if you find yourself pushing a little bit today, you know, go ahead and let yourself drop down to that 1.0 or 0.8, whatever you got to do to keep it moving. I really appreciate you guys coming out to play today, and ladies who are here. I know tomorrow we have the Castelli TNT, as well as That's the Thursday night throwdown, as well as we have in the morning the Wagner's Wagon. That'll be going on. That is not in the module. You just have to jump on with Justin Wagner and that crew, and they're gonna ride for about 3 hours. Give you a nice good workout, and there's a lot of good chatter on Discord. And then Friday morning is the Ebb. That's supposed to be a nice easy ride, and somehow it has changed into a 1K sprint at the very end. Other than that, it's not a bad ride. And then of course we have the Castelli Saturday Showdown on Saturday morning at 5:30 Pacific time. So I believe that's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And if you go onto the Zwift Live by ODZ page, you'll see the What's Up with Power segments. Fantastic segment this morning by Chris Haskell, where he did a ride with interview with Kristen Armstrong, 3-time gold medalist. She's what we like to call awesome. So definitely can listen to her and what she said. As well as Jason Flores and Chris Haskell did the commentary for the OD Racers, the ladies race this morning, in honor of Women's Day, International Women's Day. And I sat at my desk, not able to watch any of it this morning, and bored. So Rob, how are your legs feeling after the ride?
Yeah, not too bad now. Bit of the pool catch you up at some point, but managed to get there.
It feels pretty good.
Good. Yeah, I try to keep this one not too hard, even for the riders who can produce less power, because I don't want this to be a race. I want this to be something everyone can learn from.
Thanks, Ian. Yeah, it was first time for me. I certainly got some good ideas. Thank you.
Ah, no worries. We got Colin says he's got a kicker snap for Christmas. Very nice. Colin, I hope it's working out for you.
I got a kicker snap too for Christmas, thanks to my lovely wife.
Nice. That's always nice when they do that.
I didn't tell my wife, and I got one anyway.
That's what Santa brought you.
And my wife just shook her head and said, "Happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy next 2 Christmas."
It's kind of like you traded your draft picks for the next 3 years for your kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just actually ordered I did a trade-in with PowerTap, and I'm getting some PowerTap pedals traded in my G3 hub, my old one. And I ordered a flow disc, and I'm gonna sell my Zip wheels with 808 PowerTap hub in them, and I use the proceeds for the Zip wheel or the flow disc, and then a flow front and rear deep dish, so 60 and 90. So then I'm set for all races. All right, 50 seconds left of your legs.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can buy speed.
Well, if I get the 60, I'll run the 60 on the front and the disc in the back for St. Croix, and that'll be nice.
So where's Worlds this year?
Chattanooga. That'll be what we call a record-setting swim.
And anticlimactic compared to Australia.
Yeah, but I'll be using it actually as a trainer for Miami Man for qualifying for Denmark and 2018 for ITU Worlds.
Oh, there you go.
All right. 10 seconds, everybody. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that's it for Skills and Drills. Thanks for playing.
Thanks, Coach. Good stuff.
Thanks, Ian. Great job.
You're very welcome. All right, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to sign off the stream. and I will talk to you guys later on other courses.
Peace out.